You know, I was thinking the other day about how much the world has changed since I was a kid. Back then, if you wanted to talk to someone, you picked up the phone or wrote them a letter. If you needed directions, you unfolded a big paper map. And heaven help you if it got torn in the process. Fast forward to today, and we're carrying around little computers in our pockets that can do just about anything. It's amazing, isn't it? But let's be honest, it can also feel overwhelming, especially when you didn't grow up with all this technology. Now, here's the thing. Technology isn't just for the younger crowd. In fact, it can be an incredible tool for older adults like us. Whether it's staying connected with family, managing your health, or even learning something new, tech has so much to offer. And the best part? You don't have to become a computer whiz to make it work for you. Today, we're going to explore some simple, practical ways to navigate technology as an older adult, because feeling confident and capable is important at any age. Let's start with one of the most common challenges people face: figuring out where to begin. Maybe you've been handed a smartphone by a well-meaning grandchild who says, "Here, Grandma, this will make life easier." Or maybe you've decided on your own that it's time to get comfortable with email or video calls. Either way, the first step is always the hardest. But trust me, once you take it, everything else becomes clearer. One of the biggest hurdles for many seniors is simply understanding what all these gadgets do. Smartphones, tablets, laptops, they're everywhere. But what exactly are they good for? Well, think of them as tools designed to simplify your life. For example, smartphones aren't just for texting or making calls. They can remind you to take medication, help you find recipes, or even guide you through a yoga session right in your living room. But before you dive into all those fancy features, focus on mastering the basics. How do you turn it on? Where are the apps stored? What does each button do? These small victories build confidence, and soon enough, you'll wonder why you ever hesitated. Speaking of apps, let's talk about one that almost everyone uses: email. Email might seem old school compared to things like social media or video chats, but it's still incredibly useful. It's a great way to stay in touch with friends, keep up with newsletters from organizations you care about, or even manage appointments. The key is setting up your account in a way that feels intuitive to you. Choose a simple username. You don't need anything complicated like Tech Guru 123. Something straightforward, like your name or initials, works perfectly. Once your account is set up, practice sending emails to yourself or a close friend. Start with short messages, like "just testing my email." You'll be surprised how quickly it starts to feel natural. Another area where technology shines is communication. Have you ever wished you could see your grandkids more often? Video calling makes that possible. Platforms like Zoom, FaceTime, or WhatsApp let you chat face-to-face, no matter how far apart you are. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What if I mess it up? Trust me, we've all had moments where the camera wasn't working or the sound cut out. But guess what? Everyone's in the same boat, and most folks are happy to help troubleshoot. The trick is to start small. Ask a family member to walk you through the steps, or better yet, ask them to call you. That way, you don't have to worry about initiating the call yourself. Before long, you'll look forward to those virtual visits as much as in-person ones. Of course, none of this happens overnight. Learning new skills takes patience, especially when it comes to technology. But remember, every expert was once a beginner. Think back to when you learned to drive a car or use a microwave for the first time. Those things probably felt intimidating at first, too, but now they're second nature. The same goes for tech. It just requires a little practice and the willingness to ask for help when you need it. And speaking of asking for help, there's no shame in leaning on others. Whether it's a family member, a neighbor, or even a local library offering free tech classes, support is out there. Sometimes, having someone sit beside you and walk you through a task makes all the difference. Plus, it's a great excuse to spend quality time with loved ones. My cousin recently helped her mom set up a tablet, and afterward, they spent hours watching cooking videos together. It turned into a bonding experience neither of them expected. So, as we continue exploring how technology can enrich your life, keep in mind that this journey is yours to shape. There's no rush, no pressure to be perfect. Every step you take brings you closer to discovering just how empowering tech can be. Let's keep going, shall we? Because there's so much more to uncover, and I'm excited to share it with you. You know, one of the things I love most about technology is how it brings people together. It's like having a magic window into someone else's world, no matter how far away they are. But here's the thing. Technology doesn't just connect us to others. It can also help us stay connected to ourselves. Whether it's managing daily tasks, exploring hobbies, or keeping track of our health, there's a tool out there for almost everything. Let's dive into a few more ways tech can make life easier and even a little more fun. Let's talk about something we all deal with, staying organized. Have you ever found yourself scrambling to remember an appointment or misplacing your shopping list? I know I have. That's where digital calendars and reminder apps come in handy. These tools live right on your phone or tablet, and they're incredibly simple to use. For example, Google Calendar lets you input events like doctor visits, family gatherings, or even weekly calls with friends. You can set reminders that pop up on your screen before the event, so you'll never miss a thing. And if you're worried about forgetting passwords for these apps, don't stress. There are secure password managers that store everything safely for you. Just think of them as your personal assistant, minus the paycheck. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about hobbies. One of the joys of getting older is having more time to explore passions you might not have had room for earlier in life. Maybe you've always wanted to paint, write, or learn photography. Well, guess what? Technology makes it easier than ever to dive into those interests. There are countless online classes and tutorials tailored to every skill level. Websites like YouTube, Skillshare, or Masterclass offer lessons on everything from watercolor painting to playing the guitar. All you need is a device and a willingness to try something new. My neighbor Betty started taking virtual art classes last year, and now her paintings hang proudly in her living room. She says it's given her a whole new sense of purpose. And isn't that beautiful? Another area where technology shines is health management. As we age, taking care of our bodies becomes even more important, and luckily, there are tools to support us along the way. Fitness trackers, for instance, are fantastic for monitoring activity levels, heart rate, and even sleep patterns. They're not just for athletes. They're designed for everyday people who want to stay active and healthy. Some models will even remind you to stand up and move if you've been sitting too long. Imagine having a little cheerleader strapped to your wrist, encouraging you to take a walk around the block or stretch during commercial breaks. Plus, many devices sync with apps that let you track your progress over time, which can be incredibly motivating. But it's not just physical health. Mental well-being matters, too. Apps for meditation and mindfulness, like Calm or Headspace, guide you through exercises to reduce stress and improve focus. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the pace of modern life, or even just the noise in your own head, these tools can provide a moment of calm. I started using a meditation app myself a few months ago, and it's been transformative. Sometimes, after a 5-minute session, I feel like I've hit the reset button on my day. It's amazing how such a small habit can make such a big difference. Of course, navigating technology isn't without its challenges. Things don't always work perfectly, and sometimes frustration creeps in. We've all been there. You tap the wrong button, or an app freezes, and suddenly, you're ready to throw in the towel. But here's a secret. Persistence pays off. Every time you troubleshoot a problem, you're building resilience. And honestly, figuring out solutions can be kind of satisfying once you get the hang of it. Think of it like solving a puzzle. When my dad was learning to use his e-reader, he accidentally deleted a book he'd been reading. At first, he was flustered, but then we figured out how to download it again, and now he brags about being able to fix his device whenever something goes wrong. Isn't that wonderful? And speaking of troubleshooting, let's touch on another common concern: safety. With so much information available online, it's natural to worry about protecting your privacy. The good news is that there are simple steps you can take to stay safe while enjoying the benefits of technology. For starters, create strong passwords, mix letters, numbers, and symbols, and avoid using the same one across multiple accounts. Be cautious when clicking links in emails or messages, especially if they ask for personal information. Scammers often target seniors because they assume we're less tech-savvy, but knowledge is power. By educating yourself about potential risks, you can browse the internet with confidence. One final tip for staying safe online: trust your instincts. If something feels off, a website looks suspicious, an email seems too good to be true, it probably is. Take a deep breath, step away, and double-check before proceeding. Better yet, reach out to someone you trust for a second opinion. Remember, technology should enhance your life, not cause unnecessary stress. As we continue this conversation, I want you to think about how technology fits into your story. What would make your days brighter? Is it reconnecting with old friends through social media? Finding recipes that spark joy in the kitchen? Or maybe discovering a new passion that lights you up inside? Whatever it is, the possibilities are endless, and they're waiting for you to explore them. There's still so much to uncover, isn't there? From simplifying everyday tasks to unlocking new opportunities, technology truly has something for everyone. Shall we keep going and see what else it has to offer? As we've been talking about all the ways technology can enhance our lives, I keep coming back to this idea of empowerment. It's not just about learning how to use a gadget or mastering an app. It's about taking control of your world in a way that feels meaningful to you. Technology gives us the tools to stay connected, explore new interests, and simplify daily tasks. But ultimately, it's you who decides how to use it. And that's powerful. Let's talk about one more area where technology can truly shine: learning. Have you ever thought about picking up a skill you've always wanted to try? Maybe it's speaking a new language, understanding photography, or even coding. Believe it or not, there are apps and online platforms designed specifically for lifelong learners like us. Duolingo, for example, makes learning a language feel like a game. You earn points, unlock levels, and track your progress along the way. I started using it to brush up on my Spanish last year, and now I can order coffee in Madrid without breaking a sweat. Learning doesn't stop when we get older. It evolves, and technology helps us keep growing. And while we're on the subject of growth, let's not forget about entertainment. Streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, or Disney Plus have transformed how we watch TV and movies. No more waiting for reruns or trips to the video store. Now, you can binge-watch your favorite shows or discover hidden gems whenever you want. But here's a fun twist. Why not share what you're watching with others? Start a virtual movie night with family or friends using apps like Teleparty, formerly Netflix Party. You can all hit play at the same time and chat about the show as you watch. It's a great way to bond, even from afar. Now, let's circle back to something I mentioned earlier: staying safe online. As much as technology enriches our lives, it's important to approach it with a healthy dose of caution. One way to do this is by keeping your devices updated. Those pesky software updates might seem like a hassle, but they often include security patches that protect you from potential threats. Think of them as routine maintenance for your car. They keep everything running smoothly and safely. If you're unsure how to update your device, ask someone you trust to walk you through it. Trust me, it's worth the effort. Another tip is to curate your digital environment. Just like decluttering your home, take some time to organize your apps, delete ones you don't use, and adjust settings to suit your needs. For instance, if reading small text strains your eyes, most devices allow you to increase font size or enable high-contrast modes. These little tweaks can make a big difference in how comfortable and enjoyable your tech experience feels. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Embracing technology isn't about keeping up with the latest trends. It's about finding tools that align with your goals and values. Whether it's staying close to loved ones, pursuing a passion project, or simply making life a little easier, every step you take is a testament to your curiosity and resilience. And isn't that inspiring? Before we go, I'd love to hear from you. What has your journey with technology been like? Are there specific challenges or triumphs you'd like to share? Drop a comment below. I read every single one, and I'd love to cheer you on. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit. Subscribing ensures you won't miss future conversations like this one, where we tackle topics that matter to you. Finally, I want to end with this. Aging is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, but each chapter holds its own beauty and potential. You're never too old to try something new, to learn, or to dream. So, here's to embracing technology or any challenge, with courage, grace, and a dash of adventure. Thank you for being here today. You're amazing, and I'm rooting for you every step of the way.